Good morning again. This morning I'm going to read the second poem from my collection, The City at the Water's Edge, of which I have already read the title poem. This one is not quite so long as The City at the Water's Edge. It describes a peculiar scene when everything comes to a stop. I sometimes feel this in my own life, and when I say when things come to a stop, I am not talking about any plot, any incident in my life, but rather those peculiar times when you seem to be in a bubble almost. When you seem to be carrying on in one way, but everything around you comes to a stop. What did Eliot say? The still centre of the turning world? Something like that. Almost as if oneself becomes the still centre, and also as if oneself is no longer just that small part of us we call I, but the entirety of us. The I being like a dot at the centre of a much wider canvas. It's obviously not something which happens very often, but when it does, it's very much like I suppose, what would be classed as a religious experience, although I can't see that religion has anything to do with it at all. You could be completely irreligious, and I think you could still have the same sensation, which I'm sure many people do. Anyway, that's enough of the waffle for an introduction. Here comes the poem, which will speak for itself. Stricken Immortality. Hands frozen on the face of a still clock have defined the ending of time. All the dust and deep-sunken grime inherited from the past, that vast rock immovable hanging about our necks, is washed away by one thick flood of pulsing and of surging blood that passes by or batters down all checks. The sky, too, in its movement has been stayed. It is the round and silver shield the warrior began to wield about his head before the hand was laid on him, which turned him to a marble shape. Yet that hand could not make him yield which froze him there. His heart is steeled to eternity, and his mouth agape. The songs of many birds engraved on air, embossed upon unmoving space, hang filamented on the trace of latest wind before the stop that bear them into stricken immortality, or else they pierce the startled ear eternally, vibrating there in one high sound with no futurity. Stricken Immortality. Good morning.